and welcome. Today is Saturday, April 23rd, and it's 10 p.m. It is time for our live stream, and I have quite a bit of information planned out for today, and I'm definitely looking forward to. Can you guys give me a minute? I need to launch another stream. Copy link address. So welcome. Give me a minute. Let me switch over to. Hey Mary, how's it going? Welcome. Go ahead, drop your comments. Say hello. If you don't mind, also say where you're from. We'll definitely like to see and welcome you. Hey Saul, welcome. Raisha Lisa, welcome. How are you doing? AJ, welcome. Or yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, it's good. I barely worked today. I went out, got my balance done at Costco, and they did a poor quality job. So I dashed like for less than 2 hours, made $40, and I was really sleepy. So went home, cut up a few things, and slept like from 4:30 till 7. Then woke up and realized I haven't eaten anything, so went out, ate, came back, and kind of was a little bit preparing for this stream. So that's about how my day went today. Jay, yeah, welcome, and from Philippines. How is the weather down there lately? Because man, it was 85 degrees here in Lexington, Kentucky. It was hot. That's one of the other reasons why I left. It was just too hot. I don't like to leave my car running when I do a drop-offs as well as when I do pickups, and car just heats up really fast. So definitely on Wednesday, I do have an alignment scheduled because I'm trying to get the car ready for the trip. I also need to do all the oils and fluids on the car, but I'm not sure yet when that's going to happen. But definitely need to happen before the trip to Idaho. But definitely slowly getting things done. But if you watched my previous stream, I am considering dashing afternoon and evenings compared to all day. So see how that works out this upcoming week. Wow, Lisa, that's not good. You need to get out at least, at least check in, do at least one delivery, one a day, better than none. Um, West Coast. So I'm heading to Idaho. That is where my parents are at. I also thinking of possibly hitting the Seattle area, uh, Auburn to be more specific. But that is if I be able to get in touch with my daughter that turning 18 in May. I want to see her and kind of start working on building the relationship because her mom, when things didn't work out, she took a restraining order against me, which also included against the child and her mom. So it's kind of like a family thing. She was trying to use the child against me to control me, and I walked away and I said, no, you're not going to control me. So sometimes you have to, give up some things and some valuable things to not allow somebody to control you. No, that's good, Lisa. Welcome, Kendrick. Welcome. Thank you, Lisa. So yeah, that's my plan. Her birthday is on 21st of May, so trying to see if I can. I still not able to go to her mom's and family's house, but I'm trying to see if I can arrange to meet her somewhere and go from there. So, are we have only one person here? Wow, I'm not sure. Is the stream showing the information inaccurately or something? Zero people. We are going to have our $25 giveaway. Um, that we'll see who will be the winner for tonight, and then around 10:20 or somewhere in that time, we will start our training. So, Lisa? What are you referring? Yeah, that doesn't seem correct. Oh, about the restraining order. Hey, you get the various different women out there, and they have their own view of how their world is supposed to be, and when that doesn't fall into their description, they panic and they try to, and somewhat, women are kind of attracted to a man when they see they can fix something or solve something for him. They want to be that mother. And I think that's when those things do not line up. They just start to behave, I guess, like the spoiled child. I'm not sure exactly how would I even describe that, that behavior. But that's what you get with Ukrainian women. Um, if it's not according to how they want it, they will figure out a way to control you if they can figure that out. So yeah. So so guys, put something more in. Let's see what some of the short topics we can talk about until we get to 10:15. We see who's here. We'll see who's the winner, and then we'll go from there. Yes, been slowly growing. I've been focusing on providing better quality content, and definitely makes a difference. Wait a minute, I lost you guys. Where are you guys? There it is. So yeah, even though for now some of the things didn't work out with the virtual assistant, I am putting delay because of the trip, so I don't have to stress about not having enough of funds to pay them. But when I get back, I'm probably gonna give another try. But also because I will be right now going to leaving the house around 2 instead of around 10 in the morning. So that will give a little bit more time for me to work on the channel, on the content, since I will be driving 7 days a week. So my goal is by the end of the summer, hopefully hit that target 1,000 subscribers if everything goes according to plan. No, the end of the day, a lot of people believe that we are competitors between each other on as we own our channels. But end of the day, we work with together. We feed off of each other. We at the same time we compete with each other, and I think that's the beauty part of the YouTube that allows us to do that, because not everybody attend everybody's channel, not everybody watches everybody's channel. So it allows us to be different, but at the same time cover a lot of the same information from various different angles, because somebody might be more adaptive to the way I cover the information, and someone else, the way I approach the information might not make sense, but someone else, provides it in a way that they understand. And that's the beauty of, variance and flexibility of time and everything else that makes it very beautiful, the way, it comes out, and how actually people can get that information obtained in the way that they understand it the most. So, and the end of the day, like I mentioned previously, my goal is to make a difference in people's life, change people's life, show them opportunities, show them the new horizons that are available to them. Um, so that's my goal. Okay, as they make that transition from that gray area of employee to the business owner, because right now, we are all subcontractors, but a lot of the people as a subcontractor, they still don't really understand the business side of it. So I'm trying to kind of be that person that helps in transition into the business world, and not just see that, being a DoorDasher is the only way to be a self-employed, but I like where they can actually see where there's an opportunity. They can run truly their own business, their own company, take that idea that maybe they had since the childhood and turn it into something. Of course, not all ideas, are realistic and will work, but with, my help, uh, you know, hopefully they'll start seeing what is realistic, what is not realistic, and instead of just burning through the money, they'll start making the wiser decisions. Because at the end of the day, if you're an employee, you are being taken advantage by the Uncle Sam in Texas. The more you earn as an employee, the more they'll take it from you. But as you move into the business world, especially when you move into the S corp and you start having your own true businesses, that is when you start having the biggest amount of savings when it comes down to taxes. And majority S corporation, even C corporation, end up not paying any taxes at all, because they everything that they make, they either write it off or pay it out, and in the end of the year, it all just turns out to be a big fat zero. And that's how they able to save and not pay taxes. And a lot of people need to learn how it's done. They need to understand how it's done, and they need to understand that that is the next step for them, is to actually become truly a business owner and eventually become an investor as they create that capital they can invest into. Yes, Lisa, that is definitely um, beautiful thing when we are there for each other, and especially like UDM private meetings for us. Man, I love it. Where we get together and we talk about things that sometimes we were not able to even talk in an open forum, and that is the beauty part of that stream, or that chat down there as well. So we are about a minute out. The live stream count, I don't think it's accurate, because if I switch to participants, oh wow, we only have two participants right now. So I guess there is no point gonna be even doing a draw. If Lisa is the only participant, she might as well be the winner. Oh man, I'm not sure. I don't know what. Two streams ago, I had about 10 to 20 people, and today we are down to Let's go. Oh, Sol is back. So we have now two participants. I guess if I don't put on my live stream that there's a giveaway, then people don't show up. So, how do you guys like to participate? Do you guys want to proceed with a giveaway, or because pretty much there can be just between you and Lisa and Soul who becomes the winner, or would you guys just like to move on to the next step? Is the training? Um, See, every every kind of the notification that goes out with the picture, I always put in there's a giveaway. Today, I made a focus on the training, so I guess a lot of people just decided, I guess, not to be here since they didn't see that notifications. Get that notification. Now I left. I don't get notification. Next step. Okay. Lisa says, let's move to the next step. Sol says, up to you. If Lisa, you don't mind, then I guess yes, people are. So, Lisa says, save my money. Where do you stand, Sol? Do you want me to move that 25 bucks to you, or you want to have that add up, and then next week we'll do a $50 giveaway? I know both of you guys, so just what is your guys' final decision? For both of you, want that confirmation, and we will move on. So Lisa made the decision. So you want how do you want me to proceed that? And I hope I'm saying the name correctly. So end of the day, but the key private. We are delivering right now to somebody else's client. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, any of these delivery apps, it's their client. It's maybe the restaurant or that business client. But are they truly your client? They're really not. Yes, those clients. Welcome, Driven Dead. Um, does everybody see me all right? Because Lisa says I'm glitched. So that goal is right there is churn that their clients into your clients. And if you guys look at the amount of money that those clients are, okay, perfect, the amount of clients that the money that clients are spending with these apps instead of going directly, let's say we can focus, give an example as a DoorDash. um, DoorDash charges 18% app fee. Restaurant, because of the fees that the DoorDash charges to the restaurant inflate their food up to 50-60% in some cases. And if you start adding up, you start realizing that those fees add up really quickly, and you're paying between 50 to 80, 90% somewhere, and some areas up to 100% increase in price. So my approach is very simple. You approach those customers, say, hey, we do not. First of all, I want to actually make a difference so you guys can understand. We're not interested in customers that are not tipping at all. We're interested in those 4, 6, 8, 10, 15, $20 customers. Now, I want to make a distinction so you guys can understand that $20 tip customers, they do not order daily. They order between once to four times a month. Now the $10 customers, they might order two, three, four times a week. Where the $4 or $5 tip customer, those are the ones that order on a daily basis. And as you build your own client base and you deliver them as a private service, you want those daily orders. So first of all, as we discussed, they can save by ordering directly to the restaurant, because when they call in and place an order with the restaurant directly, and then say they'll pick up the food or they'll send somebody to pick up the food, and they need the food to be ready, let's say at 6 o'clock in the evening. So they save the food because they're ordering from regular restaurant menu, not the inflated menu. So so that's the savings right there. And that savings right there can be between 30 to, like I said, 50, 70, 80%. Now you come in and and they will go to your website, and I'll show you guys examples, and they'll place an order for you to deliver. And and they'll say 6 o'clock, so you'll and they'll pick a restaurant from which you'll need to go and place that order, or the pick up that order and deliver to them. So it's kind of a very convenient way to handle your business, because they're saving there, they're transferring that savings and paying to you for the delivery fee, and you can actually ask a lot higher delivery fee compared to what you're getting paid with DoorDash. So I want to actually show you guys some examples so you can understand what are we talking about. So let me do this. So here are the two examples. The example number one is right there where they would this example is runs to, both of them are through Square, but this one is where you would set it up as if a merchandise. So you have a merchandise which you create a list. You create the name, which is the area that you're going to be servicing. And I want to actually bring up the area so you guys can understand, because the area that you can want to service, if you want to actually have a small area with the max amount of good restaurants where customers will order from, and also small enough area where you can actually get those grab two, three, four orders from one spot, you know, where restaurants all in one area, and then deliver them within the next half hour. So what's maps? So what I set it up for this particular area right here. Very nice area, has a good spot for restaurants, as you guys can see, starting from Fasoli's. Shopping center has quite a few restaurants there. Arby's, Sedona, Tap Tap House. So quite a few restaurants. I did not include where we have Papias here, as well as Chick-fil-A, and few more areas here which I could add to that list as well. But my goal was, set up an area where I can almost walk to each of these places, pick up the food, and deliver within 3 mile radius, which would be this area right here. So that's kind of the goal of setup. So you guys would have to look into your market, look at the what your market offers, where would be the best place to actually pick your market where you would run your business out of, and then do a setup for that, and then market to those customers. And a couple of ways you can market is actually as you deliver DoorDash, collect the addresses, a couple of weeks later come back and drop off a flyer or something, or maybe even knock and talk to them. Whichever way you believe is the most effective and appropriate way. I am not going to go in details and tell you guys this is the only way to do it, but I'm sorry. But here's option number one. So option number one, they would actually, as they come to the website and we see that we have a $20 delivery here, they'll pick the restaurant that they want you to pick up from. They will select And this option, you can control each hour by additional fee, like we have it on Uber and DoorDash, where we have a peak pay. So you kind of like to do it like a form of a peak pay, but where those additionals are permanent based on the time frame. And as you see which times are busy, you would actually select those. So you kind of want to spread those customers so they're not 10 customer order at 6 o'clock. You want to spread them on, some say, you know what, I want to save that extra $5. So I'll order at 8 o'clock instead of at 6 o'clock, or I'll order at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock. So that's a beauty part of this option. But this option is run on their product, and then they proceed with checkout, which then they'll put in their address, and you would get notified through an email as well as on your Square app that there's an order for the time frame. Option number two, which I like, this is better because this is a booking option, but it does not have a price where you can actually add extra fee for certain hours. So this option, they would come in, and you can have multiple areas. Like here, you have a little description. It opens up a website where they would actually choose again from a restaurant, which you can adjust, which each restaurant with your own fees, as well as as I see that I scheduled those, so those of you will be delivered within 30 minutes. Which restaurant? So let's say we're going to go with Qdoba, and we'll continue. Then they'll ask, select the date. Let's say, like today I'm not scheduled, so let's say we can select it for Monday, and then they'll select the time, and they'll fill out all the information and their payment information, and they can tip, where also the other option does not have a tip option, where here they can add another additional tip to your delivery fee and proceed with booking, and that would immediately get you an email, as well in your app you will start seeing that appointment that's been scheduled for delivery. Another beauty part with calendar compared to uh, like a merchandise option is, on calendar you can create multiple um, people that actually can service the calendar. So let's say you create three virtual personnel. Now you can have up to three bookings for that same 1 hour. So that's where I said you can control, as well as you can go into the option and disable taking orders, or you can go in and adjust your calendar so certain days you're not available, so customer can go in and see, oh, they're not available, we have to go and pick it up ourselves, or we have to go and use another third party app in this case. So same thing with the here as well, is where we can go in and disable online ordering, and have the same approach here as well. So I hope that kind of made sense. So in the comments section, let me see. Welcome back, Mary. Welcome. Um, which way would you guys like me to go and explain first? How we do, and if you guys have any questions on what I'm talking about, or the approach that I'm seeing, how customer would actually react, I would really like to see those comments, when those questions right now in the comment section. And let me go to full screen. So any questions so far before we proceed? So I guess we do not have any questions. Okay, so what we would do is, let me go back to the screen. So what you would do, you would actually go to square.com, or download a Square calendar option on your phone, register, and then you would come to the website and where you go to square.com and you would log in and start your setup process. So on a calendar option, you would actually go to square.online, and by logging in with the credentials that you created on your phone, it will actually take you to a website where you would actually start setting up. So first, you would have to set up your website by editing your website. As you guys see, I took it really basic features and set it up. And we're kind of gonna go and kind of review. So you go, with a header, pretty much upload a logo. Then we had the banner of service section where you would have to set up your services, but that, where you would actually set up all these areas right here. Book button, location, where you guys can see I just put up the phone because I do not really have a physical business address for that. So then we have an appointment button with which you have navigation. In navigation tabs, I disabled that. I just removed everything. Then we have the title, which is would be the service, description, and then the booking link. And then as we go down to the footer, then the footer again, I uploaded the logo, and that was kind of the final part of the website, and you would have published from there. So that's part setup of part one. Let's go see what happens. I do apologize. The website is kind of loading slowly. So you want to set up your not site items. You want to set up your reports, marketing, communication, sales channel, food to app settings. You want to check in your state. Do you require to pay sales tax on delivery service? In my state, sales tax not is not collected on delivery services, so there is no sales tax in my situation. But give me a minute. I'm not seeing the calendar setup. It took me to the. So you'd go to appointments portion, and that would actually where you would set up your services or appointment services that we have. Come on. So you'd go to your calendar section and okay, I'm sorry, online booking. So services, I believe that's where we're going. Under calendar, under appointments. It's just I have set this up. I don't know what, but 3 weeks ago, as I was testing this out. So then you would create services. In my situation, I'll click on the service already created. So you would set up the area. So let's say maybe you're working together with with two or three drivers. And you want to set up multiple areas. So the customer have to choose from which area they're going to be want to get a service from. So in my situation, I did set up delivery service dash Palmer area, and that's in Lexington, Kentucky. Category I didn't use. I do apologize for that. Then description that I put in delivery from Palmer's shopping center, 3 miles maximum. Order must be ready for pickup at a scheduled time. I want to make sure that the customer actually understands that when they place an order with a restaurant, they want to make sure that the restaurant understand that on the top of an hour or the time of schedule is when we need the food to be ready. So that is something. Then from there, you would set up location, which in my situation, I set up location Slavic D services. There's no taxes in my area. And then I would set up each restaurant separately. I would set up a duration and I would set up the price. So let's look at one of them so you guys can understand the setup here is so name, price type, it would be fixed. So the price, there's a $15 cancellation fee. So in other words, the $15 they're going to pay you to schedule the time. So unless you want to work something out special with the customer or you want to do something special, otherwise you get to keep those $15 if they decide to cancel or whatever the situation they'll run into. Then you set up the duration. I set up for 30 minutes because I wanted, because the area that I selected is small enough, and if I can grab three orders and they're ready on top of an hour, I can, even if have to go opposite directions, I still can deliver them within 30 minutes. So that was 30. You want can select up to an hour, 45 minutes, but the tighter the schedule, the more it will be attractive to the customer as they places that appointment schedule with you. And then you select block extra time. So pretty much, as you guys can see, I have on each hour on my appointment. So let's go back to the appointment so you guys can see. So you guys can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's every hour instead of every 30 minutes on my schedule. So I do want to have that little extra time just in case I run into an issue. So that's why I have it set up with block extra time. Now, end of the day, as you guys start running, you guys can do adjustments from the preliminary option that I'm showing you guys and choose or other ways that you can get more orders, because end of the day is how many customers you can service within an hour, within that evening. That's why if you guys look, I'm not interested in servicing customers uh, during breakfast, maybe not even during lunch. I'm just interested in servicing customers during the dinner hour because that is where most of the customers will come in and order from, is during the dinner hour. So you want to focus on that, and then during the day you're gonna go out dash or maybe do something else, or just enjoy the time with your family. So then you have your online booking options here, and you would activate as you guys can see, book by a customer online. You would also create, and I'll show you guys how you create your team. So you'll select both of them, just in case you want to have more than one. You want to create, Slavic 1, Slavic 2, Slavic 3. So now you can actually get three orders within that same time schedule, which you increase the chance of actually making more money. And I think 3 up to 4 orders probably maximum you'll be able to handle from same area within 30 to 45 minutes, and not go past your 1 hour. So you start delaying your next hour customers. So I wouldn't probably create a team bigger for unless you truly have that team. Location, you would set up that as well. And there's nothing in the custom attributes. So that is the service section, how you would actually set it up. Everything else I don't use because they're just not would be relevant. Uh, this is something new they just added, and but also Square has also teamed up with DoorDash. So be careful what you choose, because instead of you getting that delivery, they might actually turn around and go to DoorDash. So be careful so you don't activate DoorDash services on Square. So we went through the services. Now we're going to go and so we don't use category, we don't use modifiers. You can create discounts if you choose, and and I'm not going to go into details there, but I did not use, but it's up to you how you use it, because at the end of the day, remember, it's going to be your true real business. So that's where, something might be discount to start off, or as just, spread the flyers in the area you want to deliver to. You might want to have, discounts for the first time, or something. Sales tax is where you would go in and set up your sales tax. You do want to go and research your state and see if sales tax are taxed on delivery service. So because states, there's some states that have no tax at all on services. There are states where they have tax on certain type of service, and there are states that have tax on all services, no matter what. So you want to actually do that. So you would go in, you would create a tax. Like here, I created 7%, but then I turned it off because in my state doesn't require the all of that stuff. So that's, or the taxes on services, so, or delivery services to be specific. Then where we have in team. Okay, I think we just, we should be in calendar right now. We went to, okay, if you ever end up in an area that you don't believe you're in the right area, always click on the menu on the top here and go back to appointments, and it will take you to the right screen, because Square has multiple services that they offer and very complicated system. So you want to make sure you're in the right section of the platform at all times. So we went through the calendar, online booking. So we have channel settings where you, on your phone, you also will have an option where you can turn off the service so nobody cannot go in and book. So let's say you wanted to take a day off. You have nothing scheduled for tomorrow, and you want to take tomorrow off. So you actually can go in on your phone and disable online services, and nobody won't be able to book until you re-label it. Other option, you can actually go in and book that day for yourself and make that day not available for booking, while leaving other days available. So various different options as well in those things where it comes on the app. Just not all features of setup is available on the app. And then we have staff. Remember, I said you can create multiple employees, and by every employee, and if you activate them as an, let's say we're going to create one. I know, I think we need an email in order for it to work. So ABC, we're going to choose green. A notification, so be sent through email as well as text message. Notify owner of appointment activity. So you want them also to schedule to you. You can change uh, the available schedule for that member, and and you want to make sure that if you're creating, so you can get multiple offers that you have book available by customer online. And then, if you want that person, so, to service all the restaurants or specific restaurants, then you hit save, and that's it. They'll get a notification on their phone, or in your situation, you don't really care because you created a virtual person, so you can actually get multiple orders within the same hour for the calendar. So that is the option that we create here, which I would cancel and not proceed. So settings, that's pretty much basic on appointment side. Now if we go into the let me check, see if I missed anything. No, looks like chat is quiet. So now we're gonna go into settings of the online. And online, give me a minute. Virtual terminal. There's online balance, appointments, orders. Like I said, there's certain features that I like of this, but there's also certain features that I don't. So, side items, I believe that's where we will start. And when you sign up, it will walk you through the setup. You want to just make sure that you are setting up the right thing. So, kind of use mine video as a reference as you go back, and kind of make sure that it all goes kind of right correctly. So you create a new item, which in my case I'll just click on the item. Um, so you set up with a picture for the that item. Uh, so we have a physical item, then item description, again the same description: delivery service, Polymer area in Lexington, Kentucky. Give it a little description. Um, Something has changed. Supposed to be. See, when I set up the calendar, then I took this item into hidden. Otherwise, if you want to take this approach, it would make it visible instead of hidden. I just cannot have both options. So that just keep that in mind. Um, I believe you need to have that selected as shipping in order to for it to collect customer's address. Then right here, because they just redesigned this, so it was different when I was working on it. And then you would create each item here, pricing. So I guess we would go here. So modify options. So I guess you set up the items first, and then if you need to modify, you would go through that add option right there. So that's where you would add option and set up all these payments. And then, geez, they did change everything. Used to be as simple as the calendar option. Of course, as we do. Then you would go under modifiers, and in modifier, you would set up the time. As you guys can see, how I set up the time and then additional cost. So you would set up shoes, and then you would set up the sizes of the shoes, and you can charge extra for sizes. So this is pretty much the same way, but we're using for the delivery purposes. So we set up all that, and that'll be it. And then you would save it, and pretty much, be done with it. How can you don't have a Patreon down at the bottom? What do you mean by Patreon? I'm not sure what you mean. Hit the like button, guys, for advice. Hey, thank you, Saul. So that's would be the setup here. Let me go back and make sure that I haven't missed anything. Site category, we're not using category options. Coupons, again, you have coupons here as well. Gift cards, if you want, run gift card options. They added up item sync, which they did not have that the last time. Item preference. So fulfillment, under fulfillment, you would choose yourself instead of a third-party service. Um, not familiar with the marketing tab because that was not an option. I guess they just added a marketing option where you can start Marketing and try Square Marketing to reach out to your customer. Okay, so that's based on your customers' database that you already have. Okay. I thought maybe they started marketing where you can choose a specific market area and market to for an extra fee. That would be a nice feature if they would have had done that. And that's about it. You can market your channel on Facebook Shop or order with Google, TikTok for business. So you can do have some marketing options that way as well. So calendar option, I don't think that is an option, but under the item option, you do have Facebook, Google, and TikTok that you can market through. So those are the kind of options. Now, I have not used any of these services to find out if there's an extra fees other than, and let's talk about fees, the credit card transaction fee. And let me see where we can find fees. Payroll. And you guys can see they have a lot of uh, services options. Virtual terminal invoicing. No, I need online checkout, I guess, option. Just give me a little patience. Let me figure. Oh, if they go to my channel and they click on the about sections there, about the channel section, they'll see in the description at the bottom that they can donate through PayPal to me or other or Cash App. So the donation option does exist. For those of you that like to, I'm not suspecting you guys to, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to help you guys and open to you guys a new horizon of opportunities. I can show you guys the opportunities. I can help you guys set it up. If there's any issues, we can, as we set you up, we can actually, do another recording and make it available for other people if that's what you okay with. But I cannot force you guys to do it. At the end of the day, you guys have to make the choice yourself. I know it's the easiest is just to turn on the app and service somebody else's customers. But it doesn't get any better when you truly start getting that feeling of having your own customers, having your own business where you can proudly say, those are my customers, this is my business, this is what I built. And it has a resale value. Let me ask you this. Can you really resell your DoorDash business? Good luck. You can resell some of the ideas, your secrets of your where you dash, but how much can you really sell it for? But when you build a true real business and it has client base and it has of a stream of income coming in on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, now it has a value. A lot of times the value of the business is being calculated from 1 to 3 years of net income. And then you can talk with a realtor that specializes in business, and you have them really evaluate the true value of your business. But if you build it, now you can call it your own. When somebody builds it, they call it their own and they set the rules. And that's the beauty. When you build your own, you set the rules now instead of them. That's why in DoorDash, you only take what they offer, whatever it is attractive to you. But you cannot tell them and say, "Hey, I am only I am taking every single order, and every single order has to be $15." Can you really? No. You might be going for a long time, including the Power App, and trying to see when that $15 order comes through. When you in full control in your own business, you set the price, and that is the beauty. Um, what was I'm looking for? Oh, fees. Okay, I'm not finding that here, but I'd say if we can switch to their homepage. Hmm. I know I seen the price. It is around 3% plus 30 cents for every transaction. But right now I'm not. They have changed cheese in 3 days. They have changed orders. Community. And of course, cameras in my way as well. Ticket payments, send an invoice, add an item, ask for donation. Virtual terminal, independent deposit, instant deposit, recommend products, Square terminal. Let's look at the virtual terminal. Will that? Okay, so here taking a record payment from your customer. So on virtual terminal, it's a 3.5% of the total amount plus 15%. That is the fee that being paid to the credit card processor directly. So those are the fees here for the virtual payment, and split the transaction. And I believe the online orders are pretty much the same as virtual uh, uh, terminal. So one thing I'll tell you, the prices increase everywhere, and they also are increasing on the card transactions as well. So I know it used to be on PayPal 2.3, I believe. About 2 months ago, I checked was 2.8. Possibly right now they're at 3% as well. So quite expensive. So let me go back and see what you guys are putting in the chats and see if I can answer any of the question. To donate, I tried. It says the page I will not open. Let's go to my channel and check it out because I know everything did work. Sorry, wrong place. YouTube, YOU. And even if we go to my stream right now, it still should have the description filled out automatically. Or we're not going to actually to my stream, we're going to my channel. Let's do that. Then we're going to about portion of the channel. And here we have the Cash App and PayPal. Cash App, you need to have a uh, Cash App on your account and set up. And that would be right there. The dollar sign Slavic Druz would be the ID. Otherwise, you would be going to PayPal. So in this case, we're going to PayPal. And here is, which still my Crystal Solutions under Crystal Solutions company. So you would either request or send. So in our case, we would send. You would log in into your account and finish payment through that process. So that's how you would actually make a donation if you choose to. I do not have Patreon. Um, Never set it up, and I'm not sure if I really need to. If there's alternative options, and I'm already have those alternative options set up. Now, but questions about what we've been talking today. Anybody has any questions? Um, we're about an hour in. I see we have 3 participants here. Any questions anybody has? Anything that I could answer or anybody considering going with private clients and providing them and what I just showed doesn't have to be delivery. It can be literally anything. You know, deliveries, maybe lawn care service would actually run through the same process. You know, uh, hair service, nail service, you name it, can be done through through the Square platform. Yes, they do charge a little uh, hefty on 3.5%, but it's a business expense. Um, Dumpling, no, I heard of of the app, but I have not done any research on it yet. But I will write it down and do some research on it. But I heard they do have some hefty fees, and my only problem with a lot of the services out there is if you start running your own business, but you're still on paying 10, 15, 20%, 30% in fees. What makes you different from DoorDash at that time? You took them from one place, from one service provider to another service provider. Yes, you are providing service, so you probably can provide a better quality service, but then the money that could be yours, you're giving away to someone else. It turns out to be the same thing as what I ran into in 2018 when I launched a Yaya driver app for taxi service to the drivers. And the driver said, we want you to provide also insurance. So when I started searching for insurance, the cheapest insurance that I found was 48% from the fair amount. So end of the day, was I really saving drivers anything? Was I really saving any customers when I had to pay 48% to the insurance company for of every fare? I was doing the same thing what the DoorDash and Lyft was doing at that would have been doing if I proceed. So I said, hey, the only options, you have to get your own insurance, your commercial insurance, to run on the app. Otherwise, it's not just realistically. Um, at that point, drivers were just not interested because they did not wanted to spend an extra $1,000 a year or extra $2,000. It depends on the area where they were to have that commercial insurance. So eventually, I had to shut the app down. So you're saying it's less than a square. I'll definitely look into it. Give me a little time, and I will have a follow up video on dumpling. If that is a better way, why not? But um, not to what I heard of. I heard on groceries they're taking a 16%, which 16% just so the customer can order on the app with you, and then you go shop and pay 16% to dumpling. Well, I think it's a little too expensive. Um, I do have his number. I will get in touch and find out. Actually, if he had a video done on his channel, I'll actually search his channel and see if I can collect some of the information from there. But I'll definitely also look directly myself as well. So, any other questions? 3.5%. It is a card transaction fee. Let's go to PayPal and see what PayPal fee is. Okay. Buy and send cryptocurrency. So right now there's. I knew they're actually going to do this. Standard rate for receiving domestic donations. And the price went up to 2.89%. Ouch. Man, these companies are taking advantage of the inflation. Personal, but where is their PayPal balance? Withdraw PayPal. I know when I ran the business in 2018, 2019, 2017, we were only paying 2.3 plus 30 cents. Um, so PayPal checkout 3.49. So there's no fear buying and selling with PayPal. There it is. When you accept the user agreement, PayPal merchant fee page. Yeah, 3.49. Ooh, they're actually more expensive than a Square. Wow. All I can say is wow. Oh, you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing. Let me show you guys. So 3.49 is actually fee right now, and then fixed fee, which is 30%. They're always gonna use that 30. Hold on. Did they change their US? 49 cents from 30 cents? Guys, the country is changing as we look at the world is changing as we look at it. The prices of everything is changing. It's just, hey, Uniam, welcome, welcome. Yes, private client. You probably have to go back and watch the video from the beginning. But man, the prices are changing. Yes, you set your price. The driven that you are correct, but there has to be an app fee. Because some of the features on the app might not be all. See, they build an app, they're suspecting some kind of a fee for that as well, and they're not going to give it away for free. And see, the card transaction fee is a one thing, and then there's an app fee, which if you look at DoorDash, when you're ordering, it says 18% app fee. So there will be an app fee there, and then there is your fee as you provide the service. So that's how Dumpling would set up. There's no other way they would set it up because unless they're nonprofit, and we know they're not going to be. They're not for nonprofit. That's just as it is. No, I was not talking about Dumpling. I was actually talking about Square services that can be run through Square Calendar. So Square has one of the services that Square offers is calendar option. So you can run through. Here's just kind of an example so you understand. So you would set it up a area that you would want to service, and from the area where you would actually want to pick up the orders from, they would call directly to the restaurant place an order, which that would save them quite a bit of money because they'll be ordering through regular restaurant menu price instead of the inflated price from DoorDash or Uber or other apps. And then they would go into your website and schedule with you for a pickup. So here an example on the calendar, they will actually select the restaurant they want you to pick come from. Then they would go in and set up the time. Let's say at 6 o'clock in the evening tomorrow. They'll fill out their information, the delivery address, and even choose a uh, additional tip. But because the way I'm kind of seeing is, if they save already on the menu, they and other fees by calling directly to the restaurant, placing an order, now they can use that saving money to pay you for that delivery, and maybe even choose even to tip on top of that, and then proceed with payment. You immediately get notified through your email, as well as you can check your app. Square app, they have couple of Square apps. One is for calendar, one for regular. So if you're using calendar, you would actually download the Square calendar app, and then you would actually see that calendar immediately on your app. Um, it would be actually just a website link. So they would actually, like for here, I set up Slavic D services square site, and you can actually buy a URL and forward it to this link, and then you have your custom URL that you just give it to the customer, set up a flyer, and go that approach, and then the customers can do that. I would I What I would do is actually take a step a little bit further. I would create a one-page introduction video that first the customer would go to, and then from there they would drop here into the calendar. So every time you get a new customer, they can go to the introduction video, and I would actually explain in the introduction video first yourself, what the service is, the quality of service you're providing, that you're using proper tools to heat hot bags and all of that stuff, catering bags, which kind of attract them and say, hey, I am putting myself apart from everybody else on these apps. I am the best, and you're going to get the best quality service from me, and this is how I run my business. And then you would actually provide them with some details, maybe include a return policy and a few things like that. Get them introduced and understand your service, and then from there send them to this page where they actually would uh, schedule with you the pickup order. Dumpling is 2% fee and a 5% platform fee. You can either pass the fee on to the fee for the customer. Okay. I like I said, I will the. I heard of the dumpling, but I also heard of high fees from them. I don't remember exactly who I heard it from. That's why I kind of like, I'm not even going there. But if you're saying, I will definitely look into and do a follow up video on dumpling, especially if the fees are what you're talking about, 8%. 8% is not bad compared to 18% that DoorDash charges the customers just to use the app. I can see a customer go from one side to another just to order dinner. Um, with some places, yes, they would actually order online, but still a lot of restaurants, they still take orders by phone, so they would actually call in. Check your website, call in, and then place the appointment with you on the website. People still using the browsers. No, I don't think there's people that actually stop using browsers and only use these delivery apps, and they want another app. And like me personally, I probably would prefer one less of an app on my phone, because those apps do hang up your phone quite a bit, especially if you're not don't have a high end phones. So and people book favor the websites, and they would not have to favor your main page where you do an introduction, but they would actually favor your ordering or the calendar page from where you would actually start. They would start the order from. The 30 cents, the 30, which we also seen today, what, PayPal 50, 49 cents, those are normal. Those are the fees that I forgot what they're being called, processors that actually keep the two Like the 3.49%, what you guys see here on the screen, they are splitting that with a, let's say if it's MasterCard, and they're splitting that with a MasterCard. If it's American Express, then they're splitting that with American Express. So whoever, what kind of the card is, they're then splitting because this percentage here covers a lot of things. First covers the merchant services. Also covers, let's say it's a Mastercard. So then it covers Mastercard servers, Mastercard other fees, as well as fraud protection. So that fee right here covers a lot. And one of the reasons why we've probably seen PayPal increasing their price because they probably seen a lot of fraud transaction during this pandemic and everything that's happened, and the follow up that we've seen aftermath of all this, which I'm not thinking it's actually we're done with it yet. It's just I think we've seen the value before we start seeing on something else they're gonna try to come up with. So the only thing I can see, so yeah, the 30 cents is something that the processing company keeps. Everything else they have to split. Um, any other questions? And dumpling definitely will look into it. Because if because I heard that they build it for the drivers, but I heard of high fees. And I might be wrong there. So no other questions. Anything else you guys want to talk about outside of this topic? If we're done with this topic, and you guys will be waiting for me for a follow up on a dumpling, I will definitely do that because you guys just triggered my interest with the 8%. 8%, little biting, but it is acceptable. Out of $100, it's $8. Not not that bad. So Dumpling has a subscription, which I consider access to a good app for customers to have an app. So the prescription fee, is that on the driver's side or that is on the? Let me actually do this. Give me a minute. Or that's on the driver's side only. Dumpling. Start your delivery business. So I'll let you guys see what I'm looking at right now. So I went to the. So on the driver's side. Okay, that's good. Start your business. Find a shopper, gift cards, customer support, pricing guide, business owner support, about dumpling media. Okay, let's look at pricing. So get started with the dumpling pro plan. So there's a 60-day free trial, $20 one-time setup fee. You get. I'll move the camera a little bit out of the way. I'll dump credit card shipping, immediate personal web page creation, access to the dumpling bar, app to churn your business, dumpling app to your client, direct deposit setup. And one thing with Square, the money, if you set up with the money being deposited, the money is immediately being deposited within 24 hours, and then it's all up to your bank. How long will they post the money available to you? Get on some business cards for free. Okay, start my business. So we have three tiers. Take your business to another. So, like, what I just described on a Square, you can build your own. You can build, also your team. So here would be a $99 a month fee. Where there you would only pay on the transaction fee. Here we have a $29 if you want to run yourself. Pre-funded. Question on the pre-funded: do you fund them the card, or they give you a credit? Credit card per account up to two. Boss app to manage your business. Dumpling grocery app for your clients. Personalized web page, business coaching program, business owner support, branded color for your business, customer business URL. Okay. Fraud analysis and protection is included. Credit card processing fee. So 2.7% card, where PayPal we were seeing like three something, and where did we see that fee on Square? And 3.5 on Square and 15 cents. And here we see 2.730 cents. Okay. Platform fee applied to total cost of groceries. So this is a grocery app, or this is a also app that runs with restaurant? Because applied to the total cost of groceries, it kind of seems to me like it's a grocery app, not a food delivery app from restaurant. Price adjustments limit. Okay, fee is applied to business owner earnings and groceries. Fee is applied to business owner earn only. Business owner earning includes for delivery fee, gratitude, and price adjustments. So I'm not sure what this referred to 150, but I guess I might have to even talk to them. Start your business. Let's see what they require. So they require basic information to find a shopper. So shopper, let's say if we click that, find shopper, let's say 40484. I doubt there's something in my town. Yeah, each person is a small business owner. Who cares? And supplying local groceries. Why it brought up Seattle? That's kind of weird. Let's go to Kentucky. Lexington. Let's zoom. Okay, are we going to see anything changes here? Okay, 40517. Yeah, something wrong with their website, as you guys can see. It's always takes me back to Seattle, whatever that's supposed to mean. So find shoppers, and if you guys just seen it, didn't really. 40517. Let's put in Lexington spot. Yeah. So either it's not in my area, or their website not properly working. Can do restaurants too. They fund. They have them on app too. Um, the fees are acceptable, as I can see. Where were we on the fees? Kitchen. Okay. So fees are acceptable. $20 one-time setup fee is acceptable. $29 a month. Let's say if you do 10 orders or more a month, that is acceptable. But if you're planning on launching the business and don't do anything, then yeah, you're having an extra 29 bucks expense a month. That start your business with all the basics, branding, color your business. So I guess you can start off with free, get your first 2 3 clients, and if you like it, then upgrade it to the $29. The fee on the basic is 3.930 cents, so actually higher than on Square. Um, on Square, they don't have an app, but they have a website, and they go directly with the restaurant here. Then you, and again, I would like to compare. I probably have to actually download the customer app as well as the business app on Dumpling and compare their prices to the restaurant actual menu, because our goal is to save the customer money so they can turn around and pay us more for the delivery. If we're using inflated menu on Dumpling already, then exactly what are we saving the customer by we asking for higher fee for delivery, and then and of course offering a better quality service, and that might be actual price. So you're talking about actual restaurant menu price, not the inflated menu price that restaurants create on DoorDash and Uber to cover their fees. So it's actual price. Okay. Um, you guys have definitely gave me things to research. But guys, keep in mind that what we talked about today is an option as well. But I will also look at the dumpling side of it for those that want to do groceries and food delivery, as well as and running everything through a dumpling platform. Any Lisa, anything you do for business is usually 100% write off. But at the end of the day, even it's a tax write off, but you're still trying to focus on your bottom line. If it's a tax write off, that doesn't mean that I want to spend 100% of my profits and show a big fat zero at the end of the month and say, hey, I have my own business, but I took zero home. So, it's kind of, defeats the purpose of having the business. So I do understand write off, but I also look at where, how can I benefit from tax benefits, but at the same time maximize my bottom line that I can take home. Like having a fuel efficient vehicle, you can write off mileage, but the write off that you took after your vehicle expands, the difference you're taking home. I'm talking about those kind of benefits that can actually benefit you in addition to your bottom line. Right, actual price, no inflation. Okay. Definitely we'll look into it. As you guys can see, I pulled it up on the website, so this is going to be my some researches in additions to other things. Any other questions you guys are having, or any comments? And yes, I will do some research on Steve's channel, because I kind of noticed the guy doesn't like to talk about something that he already did a video about. He first wants you to watch the video, and then he can answer questions that there might be, questions with that. Okay, Soul says all good. I want to say thank you for Lisa, Soul, and Driven Dad for stopping by. Um, it was nice having you guys. I know Lisa and Driven Dad, both of you guys have your own YouTube channels, so thank you, because that means a lot when I see other YouTubers coming around and trying to listen. That means I have some value that I provide to you guys. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't be coming. So really appreciate you guys. And looks like people are wrapping up. So I'll say wrap it up as well and say thank you for joining. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for listening. And I'm pretty sure you guys have something to take with you and something to think about. So definitely do so. And I'll see you guys in more videos, and I'll see you guys in you guys' videos as well. So be blessed. Remember, end of the day, bottom line is the only thing that makes a difference in your wallet. Otherwise, you're just taking money from one place and sending it to another place. And that's just not what makes the business profitable. So be blessed, be successful, and take care of yourself, take care of the family, and do whatever it takes. And Lisa, thank you, and same to you. A couple hours ago, I kind of thought this was Sunday. So even Saturday, but I kind of jumped to Sunday, and I'm like, tomorrow's Monday, but then I'm like, no, 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 I still have one more day left. I believe I need about $130 more tomorrow to make to hit my goal for the week. So that is my plan for tomorrow, is to make the 130 bucks. And I guess I'll have an opportunity to travel to the late night, drive to the late night, not like today. So I should be able to hit my target without a problem. So see you guys in other videos, and take care.